76ers fans, basketball is back. The Philadelphia 76ers season opener is literally 5 days away when they go down to New Orleans to take on the Pelicans. If you're excited for this upcoming season, get hyped, get fired up, and like this video. All right, okay, hit that thumbs up icon if you're as excited as I am. Guys, the NBA is back. Let's get after it. And hey, trade buzz continues. Ben Simmons drama, Kyrie Irving. We talk about it all on today's show. Welcome into Philadelphia 76ers Now. I am Harrison Graham here from Chat Sports, getting you caught up on the latest 76ers news and rumors. And let's start with the latest around Ben Simmons and what's going on with the Sixers star. If he's going to be a Sixer for much longer, we'll wait and see. Now, Ramona Shelburne reports that Simmons will not play in the preseason finale tonight against the Detroit Pistons, but he has cleared health and safety protocols and is free to return to the team officially at any point in time. Of course, that continues to be somewhat unclear on when that will actually happen. Here's what Shelburne had to say on Twitter. Ben Simmons will not play in the preseason finale in Detroit as he reconditioned, sources tell ESPN. He did not travel with the Sixers, but he has cleared health and safety protocols and is eligible to rejoin the team. So the questions continue to circulate around Ben Simmons. Is he going to play for this team? Are the Sixers just going to sit him out? What is going to happen with Ben Simmons in Philadelphia? Now, I believe they called Ben Simmons and said, hey, we need you to show up and play so we can help your trade value out. I think that's why he ultimately showed up. That's not what's being reported, but that's just a theory of mine. But obviously the questions continue, and I think it's very up in the air as to whether or not he will play in the Sixers season opener against New Orleans next week. So why don't you guys predict it for us? We'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. Will Ben Simmons play on opening night against the New Orleans Pelicans? Give me a Y for yes. Type an N for no. Let me know down in the comments. If you get hit with the YouTube ad break right now, scroll on down to the pinned comment and answer right there. This whole situation is just very fascinating. It continues to heat up. It continues to have more dramatic storylines around it. We just don't know what the hell is going on with Ben Simmons. All we know is that he's passed his COVID test. That's basically it. We don't know if he's going to play. We don't know what he wants. I mean, I think we know that he wants out, but I'll be fascinated to see if he suits up. How do his teammates treat him? Who knows what's going to happen there? Obviously, this is a really good player. We all know that. We can all make fun of Simmons and his unwillingness to shoot and how he's handled everything this offseason because it's been pretty soft if we're all being completely honest. But, I mean, I do think this team is better with him than without him. Now, is it best for both parties to trade him and get a star? Sure, but you're not going to trade him for pennies on the dollar, and I think that's why he hasn't been traded up to this point yet. You look at the Sixers opening slate here. You open at New Orleans next Wednesday, then the Nets at home, at the Thunder, at the Knicks, and then the Pistons. So a bit of a up and down schedule, some manageable games for sure with Oklahoma City and Detroit early on there. Of course, the Pelicans could be a winnable game as well, especially without Zion Williamson. I still believe Ben Simmons will get traded. It's just a matter of when. Does it happen in the next week or two? Does it happen before the NBA trade deadline? Do I dare say, does it happen next offseason? I do think it'll happen this season. I don't think this can drag on for another whole season, another whole year. I think that's bad for everyone involved unless Ben Simmons and his teammates and this coaching staff and front office can all get in a room and discuss like men, like, hey, let's let the past be the past. Let's press on forward, which I think that's that ship has kind of sailed at this point, barring something unforeseen. I still believe he will get traded at the end of the day. Will Ben Simmons get traded this season? I believe he will. Type T for trade, type W for nah, he won't. He's not going to get traded because the Sixers won't do it or they don't have a good enough trade partner out there. Let us know, T for trade or W for won't. Now, Seth Curry has offered, I guess, a bit of support here, saying, quote, I know his reasoning and what he wants to happen. I'll be able to see from when he steps on the floor where his head is at. I don't feel like he needs to explain anything to me. He's a grown man, and he can do whatever he wants. And I think that kind of opens up a whole entire new issue. So Ben Simmons, if he does return, if he does play for this team, will his teammates take him back? I mean, it seems like Seth Curry is like, look, man, do whatever you want. You want to come back and play ball? Let's go. Like, I'm fine with that. Now, Joel Embiid made some pretty strong comments saying he felt disrespected by the whole thing and Simmons not reporting initially the way he did. So very interesting. I'm curious to see on the first home game, which I believe is the second game of the season, how does the crowd react? Do they embrace him? Do they boo the heck out of him? I think he's going to hear the boo birds from the city of Philadelphia. So get ready, Ben. If you're going to play, you better play well because you think it was tough before. You've got no idea what you're about to witness in that first Sixers home game. Hey, Sixers fans, appreciate you guys for helping us reach over 2,000 subscribers here on Philadelphia 76ers Now. That is awesome, but we still trail our Knicks channel by about 500 subscribers. So help us get there, youtube.com/76erstv. Chase Senior's keeping you guys up to date with a lot of videos. You'll see me from time to time as well, keeping you guys up to date with the latest Sixers news and rumors. Subscribe, and let's go past New York Knicks now. All right, how about Kyrie Irving, the latest around him? Could the Sixers trade for him? The Nets, of course, have announced that Kyrie will not play until he's, quote, a full participant. And what does that mean, right? What do you mean a full participant? Well, according to New York City guidelines, he can't play home games. So the Nets basically said, we're not going to play you as a part-time player where you can only play on the road, and that didn't even include at Golden State or Toronto because of their city guidelines as well. He would be able to play in less than half the games. So Brooklyn's saying, until you're fully eligible, we're not going to play you. That would not be an issue in Philadelphia, though, because there's no COVID guideline because this whole thing stems from Kyrie being unvaccinated, and in New York City, you can't. That would go against mandates for him to play in an indoor arena with that many people. Here's the bottom line: COVID issue or not, Kyrie Irving has proven time and time again that he is unreliable. This is just the latest example of that. Now, is this the biggest example? Yeah, no doubt. When half the games are already crossed off the schedule in Brooklyn, yeah, that's very unreliable. And even though that wouldn't necessarily be an issue in Philadelphia, this guy has a track record at this point of just being unreliable. He would disappear for games last year. Personal reasons. We never found out what those were. He's injured a lot. He butts heads with teammates like we saw in Boston. That was a disaster. I just don't know if this guy can be trusted. Now, this could be a potential trade where you've got a player on each team, whereas on Brooklyn's side of things, the franchise is frustrated. In Philadelphia, Ben Simmons is frustrated. Could you just swap the players? Ben Simmons to Brooklyn, Kyrie Irving to Philadelphia. Could that be a win-win? What do you guys think? Who wins this trade? Type 76 for the Philadelphia 76ers. Type BKN for the Brooklyn Nets. Weigh in for us. Who would win this trade? The bottom line for me, regardless of who the better player is, who would win it, I don't think Kyrie's worth the risk. I don't think you can expect him to come in here and be a reliable superstar. I just don't believe it. Now, we know Ben Simmons has proven to be unreliable, but so is Kyrie Irving, guys. And with his injury history and everything that's going on right now and him, holding pretty firm in his beliefs, which, again, is his choice, but regardless of what the mandates are, regardless of how you feel about it, the point continues that Kyrie Irving has a track record of several years now where he cannot be trusted, he cannot be relied on to be a major contributor at this point, which is disappointing because he's obviously a very good player. But at the end of the day, I don't think I can pull the trigger on a trade. Now, do I think he's a better player than Ben Simmons? We'll ask you guys, type KI or BS, better player, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons. I do think he's a better player, but if I had to pick one, I might hang on to Ben Simmons and see if another trade is out there. Let us know what you guys think. Give me a KI for Irving or a BS for Ben Simmons. All right, the preseason wraps up tonight as the 76ers are in Detroit to take on the Pistons. Again, no Ben Simmons in that one as the Pistons are 2-point favorites. Who you got if you're watching tonight? It's Friday. What else you got going on? Type PHI for the 76ers. Type DET for the Detroit Pistons. Go ahead and get your votes in. All right, we'll continue to bring you more videos here on Philadelphia 76ers Now. I've been your host, Harrison Graham. We'll have more coverage throughout the season, so subscribe and don't miss any of our videos. It's youtube.com/76erstv.